Welcome back, folks. It's 5 minutes past 7 o'clock. Nyla Blackman, good morning to the Blackman family. Soca till I die. Well, we're into our business breakfast segment, and we're talking about the event E=MC². It's hosted by Connection Integrated Solutions, a branding workshop geared toward entrepreneurs and companies. We are joined by Glenroy McIntosh. He's the founder of Connection Integrated Solutions, and Lyndon Brathwaite, the customer service consultant. Gentlemen, welcome to Morning Edition. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so tell me about what Connection Integrated Solutions is really about.
Okay, so Connection Integrated Solution is a marketing company, marketing and public relations company. But when I like to make the distinction between a marketing company and an advertising agency.
Right.
Whereas when you go to an advertising agency, you just go to sell stuff.
Right.
But what about in terms of affecting person on a deeper level?
Yes.
And that's where connection comes into place, where we believe in, as I was mentioning to Lyndon earlier, relationship branding.
Good.
So how do you form a connection or a relationship between the brand, the customer, in terms of a direct persons you're dealing with, and the intended target audience or client? So for example, if you own a food place, how do you connect with person on a deeper level in terms of what their lifestyle is, their food, the choices, and then you put the whole strategy behind it. So that's what connection is about.
I mean, that's important work. I mean, a lot of it is strategy development, is
Yes.
ensuring that you develop customer relationships that are longer lasting. You build brand loyalty and so on.
Yes.
Those are the kind of issues that you're dealing with. So Lyndon, in terms of selling products versus services, marketing products versus services, is there a fundamental difference?
Yes, there's a fundamental difference, but one of the main gaps that we have presently over the last 12 to 18 months, what we've been doing is looking at where have been some of the major areas where customers and their service providers have been getting not full engagement, and that's a big thing. Engagement is a major part. So as Glenroy was talking about, where you have the customer and the relationship not being fully built is because of the fact that sometimes internally we don't have our staff reaching the customer the right way, greeting them. So one of the main things that I've heard is, Lyndon, manners is a big thing when it comes to, we may walk up to a counter and no one responds to it. We have to initiate the conversation. And those things affect your brand at the end of the day, because of course what you will want, as you rightfully said, brand loyalty, but it comes from building out a relationship.
Yeah. Now, the big thing in today's world, of course, is all about digital presence and how this digital presence can help you in terms of not just awareness of your product or service, but also developing a strong interest in it. Are you also going to treat with the whole question of your digital presence and, Facebook marketing, social media exposure, and that kind of issue?
Well, it's interesting that you brought it up. 2 years ago, we did a conference called Increasing Profits Through Digital Marketing, right, where we kind of touched on the importance of having an online presence. Now, in having an online presence, you have to also remember that it's easy to make or break what you put on the internet, right? So, which is why you have to have experts managing your profile, managing your social media, because it's not just having a business and then just putting yourself out there. You have to have a careful plan. Okay, what if someone says something about you or attack you on your business page? How do you respond? Because then if you respond quickly and say, okay, and attack them, then you kind of seem combative. And then that immediately brings your brand down in terms of negative publicity. You remember some time ago when a particular newspaper brought out the thing with with an athlete. You remember that whole story?
Yes, I clearly remember that.
And that had quite a backlash. And persons like, well, I'm not buying that newspaper again. In addition, which is why we came up with the topic E=MC², because it's how soon, just like the formula, the scientific formula, is how the speed of light, right? So imagine how fast your brand can make or break. So which is why you have to understand and ensure that you pay close attention to what you're saying, what you're putting it out there, and how do you manage it carefully.
I mean, these are all very, very important, particularly for entrepreneurs, particularly for small and medium-sized enterprises that are hoping to make the best use of what people might consider the more affordable means of advertising, social media.
Yes.
You know, the email bombing and WhatsApp grouping
PPC
and YouTube ads, homemade videos being placed on YouTube to kind of build, you know, an awareness. But I wonder, in terms of your conference, because you're hosting a conference, you're hosting a workshop, a seminar, to elevate the thought on this kind of work. Are you going to bring all these things to the fore? And who are who's your target audience for your conference?
Okay. Now, the target audience, let me address that firstly, is decision makers. So within the organization level, we're looking at supervisors, management, directors, because those are the persons who can impact an organization. Whereas on a business level now, we're looking at the entrepreneur, the small and medium business owners. Now, it's important that in getting these persons on board, to have that shift in creating a culture or acceptance of, okay, this is how branding is supposed to do, this is how marketing is supposed to be done. And like, as a result of that, or the presentation is kind of skewed towards that. So in terms of, we have Mr. Michael Hamilton, who is the COO, Chief Operating Officer for TSTT. He will be speaking on organization management strategy. We have Monica Malave from the US. She'll be speaking on communications management for organizations and businesses. Myself will be speaking on brand equity. Mr. Lyndon Brathwaite, who is a consultant and owner of Opatsway, will be speaking on customer service relationship. And then we have an important one, which you had mentioned in terms of online management, which is Patrick Scipio, speaking on creating relationships, or communicating rather, through technology.
Yeah, I mean, these are very important areas of assessment. The performance metrics that emerge from the utilization of the various technologies. Do you think that entrepreneurs, small and medium-sized enterprises, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, do you think that they're better off today with the additional information that comes to them via these advertising platforms? Are they using it effectively? Are they aware of it at all?
The answer is no, they're not using it effectively. Right now, we have a lot of large organizations and small to medium organizations. They have it for having its sake. So everyone has a website, they have an Instagram, they have right? But are they using it? So Glenroy just spoke about managing your reputation, your company's reputation through these digital mediums. So if someone does say something negative or positive, how do we interact? Again, engagement is a big part of it, right? And the key behind it really and truly as to one of the reasons why he's actually looking at going out for the decision makers is really because leadership is supposed to be a big part of setting the organization's culture.
But Lyndon, couldn't businesses just outsource this stuff and say, listen, we don't have the internal resources to manage our social media presence, right? So let me just hire a third party, another firm, a digital marketing kind of firm, and they will manage my Facebook page, my Instagram account, my Twitter account, whatever it is, in terms of reaching my audience. Isn't that the more effective way to really handle this?
In certain instances, but then they don't fully represent the organization's culture. They don't live, breathe, and sleep what the organization is doing.
Yeah.
You know, so it is.
So that's the danger.
That is the danger of it. It's like when you had a challenge online when you had a challenge with a service and you made a phone call, you got someone from India.
Or Mexico.
You know, because that person doesn't represent the organization. Secondly, they're not local.
Yeah.
You know, so every organization has a cadence, the way that they would want certain things to be said, how they would want the customer to be treated, and also to know that this is our customer, not where you may have to filter through a database, but to know that the person on the other line can immediately recognize who this person is because they're part of the database and the ecosystem.
But I suppose the danger of not responding in a real-time manner to a lot of concerns or requests for information that is overcome by having that third party. But then you lose
Correct.
something,
You
as you
lose,
said,
correct. Yeah.
you know, the cadence that you'll want things said. But then there's training. You
Yes,
train
correct.
people
It's
and so on. So are these some of the issues you're going to be discussing?
Yes.
So give me some dates and venues.
All right, so it's October 5th,
October 5th,
2018 this year.
2018.
It's at the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Commerce, Westmoreland. The cost is $600.
600. That's TT.
TT.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. So
That's less than 100 US.
Less than 100 US for so many quality speakers. You can't get better. And in this whole, well, we're approaching the budget region now. It's important you make a valuable investment
Correct,
in your business, in your organization.
Will the participants meet third parties who can assist them? I mean, immediately in terms of building this digital presence and managing it and using it as an important platform to get their message out there. Will they meet those persons that can assist them?
Yes, because at the end of the day, what we have during the workshop is we offer the opportunity for not just networking, but if you want to speak to Mr. Lyndon Brathwaite afterwards, because he owns his own company that does consulting and training, then you can interact with him. He will have a table there. If you want to meet, speak with myself or Mr. Michael Hamilton, then we offer that flexibility as well.
Fantastic. Now, in terms of the duration of the session, how long will it be?
It's from 8:30 through to 3 p.m.
Okay. So you'll have an entire day to
It's
really
like a full pack.
To think about these ideas,
Yes.
think about how you can give effect to these ideas and so on.
And it's not just a workshop where you come, you just hear someone speak. No, we're thinking about how to make it impactful
Interactive.
and interactive. So which is why we created, you're going to have part of the session being instruction.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have in terms of an action oriented section.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you're going to have the Q&A. So at least you can track that whole process.
Yes.
You're hearing the content, how do you apply it? And then if there's any questions that you may have, how do we kind of direct that question and direct your focus to ensure that at the end of the day,
Yes.
you have the tools to equip your business and organization to the next level.
Fantastic stuff. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. And I do wish that you have a fantastic event on October the 5th. Mr. Lyndon Brathwaite and Glenroy McIntosh. Connection Integrated Solutions. It's the way to go. E = MC squared.
Yes. If I may just add, a quick thing. So like, I wear this bright blue, right? Monday morning, despite cheering for TKR yesterday, right? But I chose this deliberately because I say, bring out the colors, branding at the end of the day, right?
Fine. I hear you. I hear you. It's all about colors. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a bit more in store for you. Don't go anywhere.